morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sandra. If you haven't been here before, thanks for joining me today. We are going to use two palettes in this makeup look. We are starting by prepping my skin with the Caudalie Beauty Elixir, and then we go in with the One Size Secure Vis Wet Primer. This preps my skin for any product I want to put on. I decided not to do foundation today, and we're going straight in with concealer. This is the Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer in the shade 16. It's a little bit dark for my skin tone, a little bit yellow toned. However, once we blend it out and cover it up with some bronzer, it's okay. I did do things a little bit backwards today. So as you could see, I used my Mary Lou highlighter by the Balm Cosmetics to highlight my Cupid's bow. And I wanted to do that first before I lined my lips so it would actually show up. I'm using a different liner today as well because I could not find my other liner. This was the Morphe pencil liner in the shade Bite Me, and then we go in with lipstick after. So I let my concealer dry down just a touch, and I'm now blending it out with my concealer brush. And I've decided to cover up all of the sun pigmentation on my face, around my nose where I've got some discoloration and some veins and stuff, and especially underneath my eyes to cover up dark circles. So I'm also going in with my liner. This is the Rare Beauty Perfect Stroke Gel Pencil Liner in the shade True Black. I usually skip that part because people don't like when I line my waterlines for some reason, but I love this liner. I did buy two the last time I purchased, and it's so good. So for lips, I went back in with my Too Faced peach. I think it was called Sunday Funday lipstick. It was an old collection, and it was the kind of semi-matte lipstick, and it's a complete neutral. But then on top, I used the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Big Lip Plumpgasm in the shade Fair Medium. And they do have that one. The other one I have is this chocolate strawberry, which was only a Christmas edition. And it does have a tingle to it. So it tingles and it kind of feels a little bit minty. So now we're going in with brows. I'm using the Rare Beauty Brow Harmony pencil in cool brown, and then on top of that I'm using the Benefit 24-hour brow gel to keep those in place. And then as you can see, we're going in with a little bit of bronzer. So I'm using this on the high points of my face, and I realized I also didn't wet my sponge, so I added some setting spray to my sponge. This will work in a pinch too. If you don't have access to water and you can't dampen your sponge, just spray it with some setting spray and it'll work just as well. So I put my bronzers. I'm using the Nars Laguna 3 bronzing cream, and I'm putting it on my forehead, my nose, and the top of my cheeks, and I'm just adding a little bit of color this way. For shadow, I decided to go with two different palettes. I wanted an orange and a brown look, and I was like, hey, I haven't used my Jeffree Star Pricked palette. I think I have touched it, but haven't used it in a long time. So I was like, let's go in with that in the crease, and I put this medium toned orange in the crease, and I blended it up towards my eyebrow. And then we come back later and do the under my eyes. But then I'm also using the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette. And this is the original palette. And I'm using a medium toned shimmer brown shadow to put all over my lid. So orange and brown, I mean, they're effortless to blend together. They go well, and it kind of creates this really warm, beautiful, rich tone. So it looks like it's all brown, but I'm actually using the orange palette from Jeffree Star. So here you can see I'm putting the brown underneath my lashes as well. I love a smoked out eye look, especially on the lower lash line. I think it just gives the eye something extra, and this color combination is, you can see it gives the eyes definition, but without being too dramatic or too harsh. So that's what I love about it. I also went back in with my highlighter, and I touched up the areas where I wanted to add some highlight. So the tops of my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, and then we're going in with this blush. Again, another product I have not used in forever, you guys, is the Too Faced Pop It Don't Peach palette. This is, again, kind of feeling the peach vibes here, maybe because I used the orange palette. I don't know. But I wanted to also go back into that orange and touch up and just make it a little bit darker in the crease. And then I also used it to blend out the brown on the lower lash line. We're just blending everything together here and making it seamless. And then the next couple of steps happen really quickly, so we're going to go over it quick. I sprayed my face with my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, and we ended that with the video as well. I don't use powder to set my makeup. I simply use setting spray. It works so much better and makes for a really glowy complexion. I'm using my Too Faced Better Than Sex Black Liquid Ink liner, and I'm adding a touch of this blush on top. This is the Huda Beauty blush filler in the Sunset Lychee, just on top of everything. Okay, then we go in with mascara and lashes, and we're all done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Bye.